Good morning, everyone. How I wish to join you this morning as you conduct your opening program for this two-day division training workshop on the conduct of the revised physical fitness test. I understand that this cluster will be for the remaining congressional districts for CD2 and another batch for CD3. So possibly this is to be done last December. However, due to the challenges that we are facing, the threat of COVID-19, we are forced to postpone it in a later date upon receiving a copy of the executive order of the governor prohibiting us to conduct face-to-face due to the rising cases of COVID-19, especially in the month of December. And so I understand that the training team is able now or has a copy or has a permission from the Bohol IATF to conduct this one. That's why you're having this opening program for this two-day division training workshop. Well, I am glad that Dr. Evelyn Codilia is accepting the challenge to temporarily manned the activity as the division coordinator for MAPI. As we all know, Sir Eloy Calatrava is already retired from the service, although I understand that he is still with you and very much willing to assist you in the conduct. However, we cannot force him or we cannot issue him an order to be the one to lead, although he will be with you leading, but in the sideline because considering that he retired from the service. But still, Sir Eloy, if you're present now, please assist us because, as we all know, you are already a veteran in this job, considering that you are holding this position for quite a number of years. At any rate, Dr. Cordelia will be assisted by some of the district supervisors who are good in this task, especially on the aspect of sports. PSD, there are PSDSs, principals, and teachers who will be facilitating, who will be serving as resource speakers and facilitators as you conduct your activity. So to all of you, Dr. Cordelia, and some of the PSDS that I saw in the program, Sergeant Torregosa, uh, Sir Ezekiel Sefra, Mr. Guyanitsi, and all those teachers, principals, and supervisors who will be facilitating. Again, on behalf of DPED Bohol, I would like to extend my deepest appreciation to all of you for taking charge and having this activity. And of course, my appreciation also to all the participants. I understand that if not all, but majority or maybe all of you are district MAPI coordinators, but I am quite sure that all of you are MAPI teachers. And you have been doing this for several years. However, this is considered as a new, considering that this is revised physical fitness test. Revised in the sense that perhaps there are some changes in the policies, in the guidelines, how to conduct, how to record, and how to interpret. It is not just enough that you will conduct the activity, but what equally important is you should be able to determine the proper recording and proper interpretation of data that you can get out of the different physical fitness test activities. Well, our challenges, as I said, is one of it is the threat of COVID-19. So therefore, I would like to request all of you that to see to it that all the time you can follow strictly the health and safety protocol laid out by the IETF, the Department of Health, and our Department of Education. See to it that all the time you will wear face mask, you will wear face shield, you will observe social distancing, you will always wash your hands or use alcohol and other means to see to it that you cannot contact with COVID-19. It is very important that we have to follow, we have to observe, and we should be a good model. That is why, in my end, I am seeing to it that I can follow strictly the laws imposed because we cannot consider ourselves as role model if we as educators cannot follow simple rules and instruction. That's why for the second time I am in a quarantine facility and now in a home quarantine because I have again to see to it that I can show to other educators that DepEd people are obedient to the laws, the rules, the standards, and policies imposed by concerned agencies, especially on the threat of COVID-19. And so, my dear training facilitators, as well as the training participants, with regards to the revised physical fitness test, it's another challenge on your part how you can cascade it to your respective districts, as well as how this can be uh, given to all our learners, considering that we are not yet having our face-to-face instruction. At any rate, to wrap up everything that I am saying, allow me to share with you this simple story that I read from the internet, and hopefully this will guide you as you conduct your two-day revised physical fitness test activities here in the PPST. Allow me to read this one. Uh, Once a priest was walking from one town to another with a few of his lay ministers. This was in the initial days. While they were traveling, they happened to pass a lake. They stopped there, and the priest told one of his lay ministers, I am thirsty. Please get me some water from that lake there. The lay minister walked up to the lake. When he reached it, he noticed that some people were washing clothes in the water, and right at that moment, a carabao cart started crossing the lake right at the edge of it. As a result, the water became very muddy, very turbid. The lay minister thought, how can I give this muddy water to the priest to drink? So he came back and told the priest, the water in there is very muddy. I don't think it is fit to drink. So the priest said, let us take a little rest here by the tree. By the tree. After about half an hour, again the priest asked the same lay minister to go back to the lake and get him some water to drink. The lay minister obediently went back to the lake. This time he found that the lake had absolutely clear water in it. The mud had settled down, and the water above it looked fit to be had. So he collected some water in a pot and brought it to the priest. The priest looked at the water, and then he looked up at the lay minister and said, see, you let the water be, and the mud settled down on its own. You got a clear water. It didn't require any effort. My dear participants and training facilitators and moderators, it is very clear in this very simple story that there is that what we call let it be. Let us not force the issue, meaning as you conduct this revised physical fitness test, What is important here is we must be guided, as the story showed to us, that there is the proper time, the proper timing. The same is true with the physical fitness. How we wish that all of us, especially our learners, will be physically fit, but if it will not be done properly, if it will be done haphazardly, then it will not result to the benefit of our learners. So that's why there's really a need to learn the basics, a need to learn what are the things that are supposed to be taught to the teachers, to the MAPI teachers, so that they can properly implement it to the learners, so that the learners will know how to do physical fitness activities and how to determine uh, the results of their activities. So with that, I would like to say thank you for listening and thank you for joining this activity. To all of you, good morning.